You think Disney entering the Toys to Life sphere was expected? Try Lego. I think everybody had the idea of like, imagine a standard Lego game, but it's Toys to Life and you scan in the actual Lego figurines. It just made perfect sense. So when Lego Dimensions was announced in April of 2015, the world just went, yeah, no shit. But the way they were doing it, oh God, this had potential. Warner Brothers was going all over the place, utilizing their own IPs, getting the rights to ones that were just out there like The Simpsons, Back to the Future, Portal 2, and making them universes in this game. It was all about being a giant crossover between series that were already popular Lego games, series that had Lego sets, series that had never had Lego sets before. This was just a giant excuse to bring together countless franchises that you would have never expected in a million years to see crossover. Batman, Lord of the Rings, the Lego Movie, Harry Potter, Ghostbusters, Doctor Who, The Wizard of Oz, The A-Team, Adventure Time, Scooby-Doo, Goonies, Beetlejuice, Gremlins, Sonic the Hedgehog. And the game was a typical Lego adventure, much like a Lego Star Wars or Lego Harry Potter or Lego Batman game, but with each level and world from a different franchise. It was like what I wanted Disney Infinity to be, but even crazier considering the diversity of franchises they had under their belt. How did they it up? So Lego Dimensions is half Lego set, half Lego video game. The starter pack comes with Batman, Gandalf, and Wildstyle, the Batmobile, and the Portal base, all needing to be put together. This is one of the best parts of Lego Dimensions, the real-life aspect of having to put the Legos together. I mean, technically speaking, you don't need to, because all you need is the bases the characters, objects, and vehicles connect to. That's what the Portal reads. Without them, these are just regular everyday Lego toys, which is really cool. Makes traveling with them a bitch, though. The other toys you could very easily just toss in your bag and bring them over to a friend's house. Lego Dimensions, after one stomp, it's toast. Some instructions are given with the starter pack, but these packs sold separately, none of them came with them. You always have to go in-game to figure out how to build them, which didn't make much sense to me. These extra packs are just genuine Lego. You have a chance to sell this to Lego Dimensions owners or just people who want the minifigures, but you're not going to include instructions. So these you don't include instructions for, and you have to access them in-game. But these included with the game have paper instructions as well as in-game instructions. Like, what? Why include paper instructions with the ones that come with the game while the ones that don't come with the game don't get anything? It would also be nice to have paper instructions just so you could build everything before you start the game up rather than turn the game on and spend 30 minutes building Legos. But popping all these things on the Portal, we can play the game. And at score, Lego Dimensions is incredibly similar to previous Lego games, but now you're forced to buy the extra characters. Though they all have unique abilities, which sweetens the pot a little bit. I don't know, the 3 starter pack characters' abilities all just kind of feel like an excuse to give each character worth. It's like Wildstyle is the only master builder, so she can build more complex Lego objects in the game. But I'm just like, why can't I just do that as any character I'm controlling? It's not cool to be like, oh, only Wildstyle can build this object. Let me switch over to her. This is fucking awesome. But that I can tolerate. What I can't is the fact the game forces you to clumsily move the figures around on the Portal to complete certain puzzles. Anybody that knows me will tell you, never tell Scott to move Legos around on a glowing portal. I absolutely hate this. So portals appear in the game and you have to swap the characters around to the corresponding colors. But one of your characters might be already on the color you need to swap to. So you have to lift that one up, but that might take them away from the game, so you have to be quick. But then there's this color matching game that I just couldn't get to work properly, and the effect isn't even cool. It doesn't feel like I'm traveling through different portals or dimensions by moving this character to a different part of the base. It forces you to be super close to the portal when you're playing, and when it's wired, there's only so many TV setups this works with. The levels themselves weren't interesting at all to me. I'm sorry, I found them tedious and slow. It was difficult to tell what to do a lot since you have a maximum of 7 characters to switch between, so it's always an act of, okay, this character can't do anything for me to progress past this point. Neither can this one. For some reason, this one works, so now I have to move these fuckers around. Everything from the game design to the real life design feels clunky and making something so simple so needlessly complex. It's like they felt the need to differentiate this from regular Lego games, so they tacked on gimmicks that just slow the game down and frustrate rather than inspire and shock and awe. Skylanders felt like you're taking the character and transporting them into the video game. Disney Infinity felt like you were unlocking content by placing the figure on the base. Lego Dimensions feels like a shell of a regular Lego game that's more expensive and has useless gimmicks attached that don't work. Now I'm playing the Wii U version, to which many would say, Sky, you can't play that version. It's the buggiest edition of the game. You should play the PS4 version. honey, I just don't think I like this game. It's a shame because the concept here is easily the coolest, most justified Toys to Life experience yet. All the IPs they have covered here, it's one of the craziest crossovers I've ever seen. The characters even have specific dialogue towards one another when you put them together, and on top of that, most of the characters are fully voiced by their original actors. Barely any sound-alikes are used, unlike Disney Infinity. You have level packs containing a character, object, vehicle, and a bonus level in that character's world, plus the vehicle can be reworked in 3 different ways, which is pretty awesome. Fun packs don't have any levels, just characters and objects. Story packs have handfuls of levels based on movies you can play, kind of replacements for regular LEGO games based on these IPs. And instead of making sequels, they opted to just continually update LEGO Dimensions instead, meaning this game got a few years worth of new figures and levels released. That's nice, but it does take away a lot of it for me personally. When I put the Sonic figure on the base and then have to go into the download content manager to download the Sonic level, that takes away so much of the joy and magic of the Toys to Life concept. These figures are, quite literally, keys to unlock content in the game. That's how it's always been, but they're not even trying to hide it with this game. It doesn't feel like you're bringing these characters to life, which I think is the big selling point of a game like this for kids. Couple that with how the starter pack was $100 and something like a level pack was $30. That's up. I know LEGO itself is expensive, but you do get a fun experience out of that putting it all together. But when you translate this over to video games, LEGO Dimensions gives you 3 characters in a game that's just as long as any of the other standalone LEGO games, which can give you hundreds of playable characters and level design not focused on shoehorned portal gimmicks for 60 or less. The Sonic level pack is worth half of a complete LEGO game. You do get LEGO with it, but still, it's just not worth it.